everyone. We're back for another episode of Coffee with a Crone. It's been a minute. I'm Yvette, and this is...
Christine.
I didn't know which name you were using.
Christine. Mama Christine.
She has a spiritual name, so I wasn't quite sure.
Ia Ajoa Olafumalayo.
See, I can't say that. So I can speak Polish, but I can't say that. Go figure. I don't know. Anyway, we've been talking and having conversations, so we figured we let the public in on some of our Crone conversations. So we are two grandmas.
Grandma, yes.
Except you got yours up close and personal.
Right. Like at home, probably trying to call me. Was you cooking dinner tonight or what?
So what's that like being mama all over again?
It has been an adjustment. Actually, after I got through the depression aspect of it, it has been a tremendous opportunity for growth. I probably am more evolved and developed now as a person than I've ever been in my whole life. I've had to readjust my thinking about almost everything. So, and it's been good for me.
I can see that because you got a girl and a boy.
Yes.
So that's dealing with both.
And I didn't know nothing about boys. That's why I was texting you. Well, is this okay? I'm not really sure how this works, but I can see things from a different perspective now because now I've had to look at it through not just the feminine energy lens, but through the masculine lens as well. So I feel more whole and rounded as a person.
That's beautiful.
Even at my age, I feel good about it.
Good at our age.
Yeah. So.
That's a beautiful thing, though. I like that.
I think so. Because I had made my world so small, I was forced to
stop being that damn recluse.
Like a spider. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, I had to.
That's a good thing.
It has been good.
Because at different times I've had different grandsons for long periods of time over the years, so I wouldn't know what to do with a girl. I don't think.
But you have been. Although I tried not to, because I know that you got like not just a plate full. You got tables full of stuff going on. So I'm like, should I call her? I don't know. But the information that you do give is substantial for me because I came from a base of nothing. So yeah. So I feel good. And comfortable now.
Good. Now we can explain the spirituality part of the Crone ship thingy, I think. So, your spiritual name. So, you follow a certain path?
Well, I was supposed to be initiated into the path of Ifa Sheshe. However, my initiation was not valid. It was not, let's just say that it was not an appropriate, fully initiated. So rather than to be a full-fledged initiate, I'm an Abarisha, and an Abarisha is a practitioner without being initiated, an official initiation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never understood that. Now I understand that because I've heard the Abarisha word before. And I just it never crossed my mind to actually fully ask somebody.
Right. But there's so many different paths, and that's another thing too, is there are a multitude of paths, and the analogy that I use, or the metaphor that I use is that spirituality, indigenous or African, or I call it indigenous because it is indigenous. These are all earth or nature-based spiritual systems. There's such a multitude of them. It's like trees in a forest, but all the root systems are connected. And I don't think people quite understand that. I chose Ifa Sheshe because it chose me at the time that I needed it. So, because I was in the corporate world, and when you get called, when you get called, it don't matter where you at. You about to shed off all of that and head in that direction. And that's what happened to me. I lost my mind. I'll just put it this way. I lost every material thing in the process of gaining my soul and my spirit, if that makes any sense. Because I had to let go of a lot of things that I thought that I wanted on the outside when actually I was void on the inside. So I'm glad that I was led in that direction. Although it wasn't legitimate, but I'm thankful for it because it put me in the direction of study. Because if I had never been even led in that direction, I probably wouldn't even look into it. And actually, it was a Caucasian woman that gave me the material.
Really?
Yes, it was. Do you remember the Mystic Witch on John R? It was a bookstore or metaphysical store or something. I don't even know if it's still there. But
John R. in Detroit?
No, it's
Are you talking about Mystic Moon?
Mystic Moon, right? Mystic Moon. I had went there after I was released from the mental hospital. I went there and something called me there. I was after I got to my apartment and I kind of got settled back down. I was like, there's something. I don't know. I'm missing something. I'm missing a step in life or whatever. I don't know what it was, but I started looking for. I thought I was gonna be Wiccan. Actually, I thought, okay, all that Wiccan stuff. That I'm digging that. I'm what you call it, a gothy, steampunky sort of thing. Anyway, so maybe that's the direction I should go. So. Anyway, I called their shop, Mystic Moon, and she told me she would come, to come on. And I spent about 2 hours in there just picking up stuff, the altar items and different things like that. And I took about $100 worth of stuff in a basket up to the counter, and she says, "Come here." She came from behind the counter. And she took me to the bookcase, and she introduced me to the Seven African Powers by, I forgot this. Might be a Mexican or something. What is her name? That she's been. The people have discredited her, but not Whippler.
Okay.
I think it was Whippler, and she said, "I want you to read this book." She said, "I'll hold this stuff for you. But I just want you to buy this, read this book, and come back, and we'll talk." My right hand to the spirits, ancestors, and everybody. She said, "Read this book, and we can talk." I went home. I was like, "Okay, so this is fucked up. I'm about to spend this money, thinking I'm doing something or whatever." I went home. I read that book, and it was the life changer. It was the life changer. It was. I'll never forget that. The fact that it wasn't even. Things happen and you least expect it. It's really. That's why it's not an ethnic thing. It's a spiritual thing. Spirit transcends ethnicity. Period. She was placed in my path to open a door. Which they crossroads. She was placed in my path to open a door, and if I could, now that I think about it, I probably owe her one, because that was back in 2013. If they're still open, I'm gonna have to go by there.
They're still open sometimes.
Yeah, I have to go by there and thank her, because that changed my life.
Wow.
But what I have learned over, and I don't know if I'm gonna just like talking.
No, you're fine.
But what I have learned over these years from 2013 up to today is that not every experience is going to be a pleasant one. Not everybody that you seek out is going to be authentic. But don't take it as a punishment. These are lessons.
Mm-hmm.
What I have learned to accept over these many years is that if good things happen, or if it's a good experience, that's really a gift. That's really a gift. But if something bad happens or you have a negative outcome, that doesn't mean shit. That means it was a lesson for you to learn. So when I started embracing that philosophy, then that changed my whole state of mind, attitude, and all of that. Instead of wanting to go burn down people's houses and stuff like that, I was like, you know what? I'm thankful for that, because I know more now today than I did before I had that encounter with who or whatever that was. So no worries here.
I like that.
Yeah.
I was having a proud mama moment off that one.
Yeah. But you know, honestly, I don't even think that people realize that you can pick up wisdom from even the most brief conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Because the encounters that I've had with you, although brief, because you have like I said, a really full life. When you talk, it has value, because you can talk to somebody all day, all damn day long, and it not have any value whatsoever.
Truth.
And then you can run into somebody and say, hey, I'm feeling, whatever, or this, I'm going through this or whatever, and they in whatever infinite wisdom it is channeled through them, and they could say a sentence, or they could say a paragraph to you, and it could add value. So that's another lesson too. I've had a lot of lessons, baby. What? So much shit. Reborn.
It makes sense though. That's a beautiful thing. The journey. It's about that journey.
It really
and I
is.
think, like, we were talking before we started the recording, and it's like, at our ages, what we've discovered in life and about ourselves. It's like, I'm a bossy. I don't got a good mouth. Fuck the dumb shit. It's just, it comes down to fuck the dumb shit.
Fuck the dumb shit.
Just,
I didn't know we could cuss. Okay, we can cuss.
This is event world, y'all.
Yeah, fuck the dumb shit.
I mean, that's what it boils down to. I mean, I already had that issue in the first place. But as I've gotten older, it's increased, because I don't have time for the nonsense. I don't have time for the nonsense. I don't have time for your insecurities and your problems. You need to fix you. I can't fix you.
That's right. That's an issue, not an me.
Right.
Exactly. I get it.
So I just don't care. And it's like, people think I'm mean or I'm cold or I'm cruel or whatever, but it's like, I got my own shit to worry about.
I'm clutching my pearls. I've been accused of that.
I got my own shit to worry about. I don't have time.
Cheers, baby.
See? Honestly. Yes. But, hey. And now you got, like, whole other young people to actually care for in your house. Yes. So we don't have time for the outside world's bullshit.
Absolutely.
Don't.
Absolutely. When you're juggling all of the responsibilities, obligations, holding down the family, I got to pay these bills, I'm running this business, or whatever. When somebody try to pour in some bullshit while I'm sorry, I don't have time. I'm being nice right now, but please, you can go with that. We're gonna have some problems. Okay.
I take my moments where I can get them. My moments are live music and my babies. Everything else in between is bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Live music and my babies.
Yes.
Like yesterday, I squoze in time with the 1.5-year-old. How old he is now? Yeah, 1.5. I squoze in time with his little fat butt. So that's how that works.
Yeah, they all. Why all your grandbabies chubby?
Cause they grandma chubby.
I'm the chubbiest thing in my house. I don't know where them other kids come. I don't know where them
all chubby.
But you did good work though, Mom. They say when their birthdays come around, thank you,
mm-hmm.
thank you.
I told his mama talk about how light he is, and she's like, all y'all need sons. Like, well, that ain't your point. What's your point?
So don't be mad.
This is supposed to be my baby. He don't look like me. I said, you got your hairline.
Right. I'll let you have a little something.
He got her hairline. I can't help the rest of it. Like, no, so whatever. Those are my children, all my children. So, and that's the funny part of having the store, because I got one son, 5 grandsons, and I don't even know how many people come here calling me mom.
I don't know. I think that, I'm gonna be honest. I think although it would rub me the wrong way after a while, I think it's like because they don't know what honorary title to call you or something like that. Just like I think in other cultures they would call us auntie or something like that.
I get those.
Yeah, auntie.
I get those calling me auntie. But like there's a little girl who came in here yesterday, and ever since she started coming here, she goes, "You're my new mother. I've adopted you." Okay. Yeah. So it is what it is. It is.
Yeah, but you have a whole community of people that do respect you, because not just I think it goes beyond just having a business. It's the way that you have carried yourself within the community for so long. So rather than say, "Hey, Yvette,"
rather than that bitch Yvette.
I don't know which is worse, lunatic or bitch. I don't know. I
don't care. Just come spend your money. I don't care. Just do what you do. I need a vacation.
Yeah. Everybody needs one.
Yep.
Mexico.
What part of Mexico?
The choice is Cancun, and some other little island, and what? Dang, I forget. I have to look it up or whatever. But there's like a choice of 4 places that I can choose, but I have to choose it within 30 days of planning the flight or whatever like that. So Cancun seems like a pretty cool place, but I don't want to go to a party place. I want to go to a ultra relaxation type environment.
Belize.
I have an uncle from Belize.
I'm trying to think of different parts of Mexico I've been in. I don't know. I have a hard time with names. I drink a lot of tequila.
I heard Bahia is nice.
But that's Brazil.
What?
Bahia is Brazil.
You know what? I don't know my geography. Okay, that's all right.
Bahia is nice.
But then it could be this wine. I don't know.
Bahia is very nice. It's a whole freaking place of us.
Really?
Everywhere you look, it's us.
Don't even tempt me.
It's us. I loved it there. I loved it there.
I've been wanting to, as much as I know I should be trying to make my way to Africa for that $30,000 initiation. I think I want to go to. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I've heard it costs a lot of money, but I want to go to South America. So something is just like calling me. It feels like I would fit in.
You would.
Yeah, probably find me a little Aztec Mayan husband or some shit. I don't know. I deserve that. Damn it.
Be careful what you wish for.
Say, you little, but you can climb me like a ladder, baby.
See?
So I have to be initiated to Santeria. All right, then, come on then.
Well, no, but Bahia is Candomblé.
Whatever. We can do that. The roots go all together. I'm about to do that.
It's wonderful. Their spiritual systems is there in your face. You got the ladies in the garb walking around with the big skirts and the drums. I think I took a drum class while we were there. There's a picture of me, the guy putting the drums around me. So they're doing that. I think I had a samba class too. That shit, the habito thing. I can't go no damn faster. I'm old. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I would go there anywhere, Mexico, South America. I would go there in a heartbeat.
It's fun stuff. I definitely want to travel more. I think we all need to travel more before this world finishes doing whatever the hell this crazy world is doing.
Don't even get me started about where's my tinfoil hat? I don't know. Where?
I want to do some more things, and Italy's also on my bucket list.
Oh, Greece for me.
Oh, Greece is on there too.
Santorini. I go. There's a Facebook page with Greece people traveling to Greece. Oh my God, are you serious? Don't they pay people to go move over there? But it ain't about $5,000, so I ain't trying to go like that.
But it's the you know, all the white buildings and the hills and the blue water with the Huggies things.
The food.
I have a friend that I grew up with that's Albanian. He went back to Albania for like a month, and I had a different vision of Albania from the ones who came into Hamtramck in the 80s.
Yeah.
When wherever he's from, that side looks like Greece to me. It was the hills and the trees and the blue water. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
I think after you reach a certain age, young people should travel too, but after you reach a certain age of maturity, that's what we should be allowed to do. Just travel and just see the world and decide where you want to be. Because this is starting to feel like this ain't it.
Right. Right. And earlier we were talking about my corporate days. That's the one thing I miss.
With travel?
Because when you don't own it, you don't have to worry about it. You can go.
Yeah.
So I could schedule my vacation time
like a big,
and I can
giant
go.
Baby.
This is until I find somebody that can handle it for me to my specifications.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for the aliens for that.
Well, my son, his temper still ain't there. So
I was about to say, because I could see him probably climbing over the counter.
Yeah, his temper still ain't there. My counter's got some hack marks in it where he took the machete and was trying to get at somebody the one day. There was a crazy dude in here. He was having an episode. The dude was like, call the police, I ain't leaving. Justin's like, y'all trying to sit me inside. Y'all trying to make me sit down. And he's hacking him. Yeah, I had to. So he ain't quite there yet.
Yeah. Well, that's how I got fired from Salvation Army. Reaching over the counter, grabbing folks. But it was all of my own. It was my own people. It was the people that look like me.
But I told you why.
Yeah.
I told you why. This one here has a tendency to go place looking regal and all put together. You can't see her whole outfit. She's always coordinated in ensemble. Everything is an ensemble. And you can't go work in the fucking Salvation Army.
Like she got some nerve, right? Okay.
You can't go work in the Salvation Army in an ensemble and think that two motherfuckers are shopping in there because they have to and go get an attitude. And she looked like she should be working in Macy's. And she's...
What she said? You gonna switch the tag from 75 cents to 50 cents and I'm not gonna notice, right? Okay.
Well, the lady was mad, like, are you way too cute to be here? I think I want to fight you. That's all that was. Oh my goodness.
Miss those days.
That is too funny.
Yeah, I'm a mess. I haven't been out and about in so long. I'm just having a really good time where I'm really buzzed. I can't.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
See, our coffee with a Crone has turned into wine with a Crone for today. This has been a long day, almost a long week. What's today though? Today's Monday. What's today? It's Monday.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's been a long week already.
Yeah, it's Monday. It's been a long week.
All week already. It's Monday. Oops. Damn.
You know what? I was lost for.
My days run together though, so they do. Because I'm here 7 days, so my days run together. They run together. We close at 4 on Sundays.
Oh my God.
So
that's a plant job. No, you working for yourself. Fuck that plant shit for real,
But if I want it, because we'll talk about that later. Well, I have to be at
Yeah, but I mean, you manifested a dream to be not simply a businesswoman, but a business owner, and you manifested it so quickly. Let's just be honest. It was like you planted the seed. Wait a minute, what is that? What's that fairy tale? The little boy that put the seed in the ground. Yeah, you planted a seed, and instead of just little tiny leaves or whatever, the next day it was a fucking tree.
Just doing what it do, and then I have an event space 2 doors.
That's a lot. That's a lot that happened really quickly.
There was somebody who wants to rent it. I forgot. I had to call her back.
So you had not an opportunity to plan or strategize, escape.
That's the thing. That's what I told my taxi dude. I'm like, you don't understand. did what it did faster than I could plan for anything. I don't know, because people come to me talking about business plans and all these other things. I'm like, I ain't done none of this shit. I don't know. I just learned this past year on how to set up the credit card machine to take the taxes and do the because it just
happens
went,
so bad, right? You had to move.
So I really didn't know. So even though I get the people who throw it against me, the people who pull up out here and get out their car and sprinkle shit, or the lady who pulled up here the other morning and sat out there chanting, and
you know what's really funny, and what is really funny to me is that the people think that they, not to digress, but just for a moment, the people think that they can do these things and without a second thought about the fact that you got ancestors too, you got spirits too, you got a bosom or Lawa, you got Mauritius, you got all these other energies. They don't know who's on your team.
I got Smith and Wesson.
Yeah, and that's what the new people, they don't understand. The ones with the love spells, the ones with the revenge spells, or the ones that get back spells and all this other stuff. Shut the fuck up. You don't know who's on my team, for real. Just like I don't know who's on your team. I'm not going to create some shit that's going to bounce back and knock me on my ass, or possibly even worse.
But I'm not coming to your house fucking with you.
That is really, I don't know.
That is be the difference.
Yeah.
So how do you handle the spirituality with your babies and being in the house with you?
My granddaughter, she was into it before. Well, she does tarot now. When she 2 years ago, after I think right before her graduation, she would get phone calls all through the night of her fellow students calling her. I need you to give me a reading.
Wait. 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago. When
she graduated 2 years ago? Has it been 2 years?
It's been almost 2 years. Yeah, it's been almost 2 years. So she does tarot. She ancestors. We do petitions to the ancestors. My grandson, he was down for it because when we pour the water for the ancestors or whatever it is that we're doing, or I make a plate for my ancestor altar and so forth, he was so down with it. He's like, okay, what we doing? What's the prayer? He knows the prayers and all of that.
Oh.
And it was weird because it's like they were just waiting for it, and so I'm like, oh, here you go. I just need you to say this and that and the other. He's like, okay. Now, when I don't do it, he's like, you haven't.
Keep grandma on task.
Right. She's like, Granny, their water is drying up.
Keep grandma on task. That's a beautiful thing. And
Tahara's like, I had this dream. I really need to interpret what this means to me. She knows, she thinks they're downloads or messages because that's how we get our guidance and our wisdom or whatever. So it was just a whole lot easier than I thought. But they've never been going in any other direction because since they've been here, I can't speak for before them being here in 2019. But since they've been here, they've been open and receptive to whatever it is that I'm doing, feeding ancestors, pouring libations, singing orikis or whatever like that, or I just can't get them to sit down and read books. That's been the problem.
Young folks, that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
That's a hit or miss. Thanks to social media and things, everything has to come in snippets.
Yes.
Everything has to be in snippets.
The TikTok, I think TikTok was the worst thing. Was the worst thing that ever happened because if it's more than 5 minutes, I can't. They can't sit still. That's
according to the studies, like it shit started like with MTV or whatever they called it in the flashes. And the whole thing, so everyone's attention span got shorter. At these younger
programming.
But younger people coming up, their attention spans got shorter and shorter and shorter.
That's deep. I can see that. That's deep, for real.
Because I mean, a good example of it is, how old is Jeremiah now? 8, 9, I forget. I got too many damn grandkids. 8 or 9. Anyway, last time he was up here. Where is he? I think let's say 8. I don't know. Last time he was here, for whatever reason, he had to come and not be at home. So, we really don't allow kids up here.
Right.
So I have him come back in my office because. So I have color book and crayons back there.
Oh, that's good.
That lasted 3 minutes.
What?
He did like 2 colors. I said, this is literally actually what he said. This is taking too long. Here, Grandma. And he went and got his dad's phone and played with it.
And played on it. And I hate video games.
Yep.
I'm not. Between you and I, his PlayStation is. I don't know what's going on with it, but he's been off his PlayStation for about a week now, maybe a little bit more than a week. So he goes to bed.
Because he can't play the game.
He goes to bed.
Oh.
7, 8 o'clock, summertime, and he goes to bed because the game is not. He has to be visually and auditory stimulated at all times. If not, then everything just sort of shuts down and he goes to sleep. Shit is weird. It is. I don't like it. I don't like what y'all doing to our kids.
That's kind of sad, though.
Yeah, it is.
It really is sad because the imagination thing isn't there or not. Because at his age, that's still that time to sit down and draw something out, color it out, build something with your hands,
Absolutely.
do something
He got
with yourself.
Lego. He got Legos. He's got coloring books. I buy him plenty of drawing paper, colored pencils and pens. And he just learned how to ride. That's what he likes to do. He rides his bike now. So it took us a long time to get here, but we here now. Now he want Granny to ride the bike all the time. Come on, Granny. Just short of saying, get your fat ass out here and come ride the bike with me. He would never say that, but that's the tone I'm taking. But that short attention span thing, they want to blame everything on ADHD and all these other different neurodivergent diagnoses and so forth. But the programming, like you said, is in the media. It's kind of compelling them towards those type of symptoms and so forth. They're not going outside like they should. They're not running up and down.
They don't even know what to do when they do that.
They really don't. He does not know what to do, and especially with me. And then he's kind of a loner too, so that doesn't help because I bought water guns and stuff like that. So Granny, when can we do the water guns? When can we ride the bike? So if it's not somebody engaging with him, he doesn't know what to do. It's sad.
Wow.
It is. We'll work it out. We'll something happen.
Wow, that's the way it's set up now. I mean, that period of time that I spent when I moved back to Detroit, and I spent that school year tutoring, and it wasn't about reading with them in a book. It was all about a computer program, with them having to hit things, hit the buttons on the thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, what happened to the book? I expected to sit down with the See Dick and Jane Run book or whatever.
The value of the book.
And no, none of it had to do with the book.
Nail on the head. The value of the actual reading is more than just, okay, so let me read what's on the computer screen. It's the experience of holding the book and turning the pages and looking at the words. Yep. It's an experience.
For me, I want to smell the book. I want to be in the book. Yes. Yep. I think that's a bygone era, except for those few that get it. That somehow the others have squeaked in and gotten it. Yeah. But the umbrella, the whole thing, no.
That's what it is.
It's sad. That
speaks really to where we are. The bigger picture where we are is that you can't, even adults, I find adults that can't sit down and just engage in barely a conversation, two people sharing ideas, because if you don't agree with me and it turns
that means you're against me.
Right, because their thoughts or their vision is so limited.
Yep.
That you're not able to hold two opposing thoughts at the same time. You know what? I don't agree, but you might be right. I'm going to agree to disagree until I do further research. That, it's not just the kids. It's grown people, too.
Yeah.
They just as nuts as the kids. Ooh, that wasn't. Yeah.
But it's the truth though.
Yeah.
But there's that disconnect. I mean, I'm over a decade older than the person I'm married to, and when we first got together, I had to say something to him because he would drive and text.
No,
And I'm like,
oh my God.
don't do that. You're trying to kill up everybody. And then even now when he's at the house and we're at the house at the same time, he's staring at his computer screen. So now yesterday he worked the counter here, so he has his laptop open and his phone is sitting in the curve of the laptop. So he has a movie going on his phone and he's working on the laptop.
Well,
that's a whole nother kind of.
That's a lot. That is a lot. I get irritated.
So this is why those people can't have a conversation. They don't know how to converse. They don't know how to put a whole thought process together.
Yes.
They can't look you in your face while they're talking. They're looking everywhere because they're not used to looking at people in their face. They're not.
Wait a minute. Was that you I was talking to? He says that it's like that instant gratification. I got to know it now. I got to see it now. I got to experience it now. It's not even about a process or anything like that. Immediacy. It's immediate.
Everything's immediate.
Yeah.
Everything's immediate. And it's crazy because before 20, 30 years ago, you were considered to have some kind of mental instability if you couldn't look people in their face when you talked. Now it's normal because someone here at this store told me that I was intimidating because I looked at him. And I'm like, but you're talking to me. Where the fuck else am I supposed to look?
I'm supposed to look at my phone while you talk to me. People, what do you call it? That's a part of dehumanization. I won't even address you. You could talk to me. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's a process. It's a psychological, like you said. It was considered a kind of like a mental deficiency if you're not able to look at a person while they're communicating with you. That's a disconnect. I'm not acknowledging you as a human. I'm not acknowledging you as a presence. You can talk to me, but I'm all over here or whatever like that. I don't like that. I don't. I think it's rude. Manners are gone.
Oh, totally. Etiquette is a thing in the past. I got sucked in some show on Netflix this past weekend. It was some little Asian lady that was teaching etiquette. I got sucked into this show. The first woman, she dressed basically like a stripper.
I mean, it's a black woman.
And she twerked all the time and everything.
I forgot the name of the show.
And then the other guy didn't have any kind of table manners and didn't know how to eat didn't know how to talk to women. And so he had the shovel method of eating, and she was teaching him how to hold the fork and how you go from the out in. Yeah. And I got sucked into this show because it was like so refreshing to me. Like, yeah, somebody else knows this shit besides me. I love it. So,
and I thought maybe I was relating that to an era that we grew up in. That these things were kind of like, if you were not the norm, then you're the outlier. There's something wrong with you if you're not falling in line. Now, if you are this way, if you do have a etiquette, if you have manners, if you try to treat people a certain way, if you speak to people, if you speak well, you're the problem.
Yep.
There's something wrong with you.
I don't get a lot of it. I know I might lose a lot of business. I don't even know. All I know is that I don't respond to messages. Just say, hey. I'm not responding. I don't know the fuck. What does that mean? Hey, what? I mean, what's supposed to be my response? I don't understand. I get those several times from several different people. Hey.
And
then I'm also irritated if you're younger. It's hey, that's disrespectful. I don't understand.
It'd be hard for me to acknowledge.
Hey, I don't. I never reply.
I mean, not even hey there, but hey.
Just hey. Hey, what? I don't understand. This is when I feel old because it's like, what is this? I don't get it.
The thing is, what's really sad is that are we confusing being older from another era with having manners?
But now it's I think it's the oddity to have manners. It's almost odd Because the disrespect I get in here from these young ladies sometimes is one young man, I had to check him because he just kept talking. He was talking to his friend, and every other word was a 4-letter something. And I was like, excuse me? And he said, what? Which also makes me have a nervous tick. So, and I said, excuse me, is this how you talk to your mother? He goes, this is how I talk. I said, well, you're not going to talk that way in here. I know I got a potty mouth, but good Lord, he was getting on my nerves. But then he couldn't understand what. And then I think his friend may have said something to him because he took it down a notch. Yeah. Later, he apologized because I think they saw the psychotic look on my face. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, I get it. Well, I don't know. There's something going on with the people. We can blame it on the media or the whatever, but there's just some things
but there's no home training anymore. There's no home training. Just teaching your children basic manners, yes please, thank you, all these things, that doesn't happen anymore. So these kids don't know that. The fact that I teach my grandsons how to call people Mr. or Miss something, they forget when they first get back in my presence, and then they have to remember. Because they're not with their mamas who don't make them do that.
Right.
Whereas, no, this person, no. This is Miss So-and-so and this is Mr. So-and-so.
That's true.
So that whole thing is lost. Or even me handing you something and
just thank you.
Say thank you. And I had to remind Jeremiah of that stuff. And he's, like I said, the bad enough grandma can't remember how old this one is. Lord. I'm gonna say 8, but anyway.
Let me make sure I go write mine down so I don't forget.
It is written in my book the year, but I think I want to say 8 because Caleb is 11, 8 or 9. Anyway, yeah. So getting him to say thank you.
And what you say? Getting
him to say thank you. You have to get him to say, girl, please. I know when he's been at my house. Even if Justin has him there and. Say Justin came over to do laundry and he has Jeremiah with him, I will know. How will I know? When I walk in the kitchen, my step stool, which is always over in the counter because I'm short, is always over in the corner, is now the plant food that I keep on top of it is on the floor, and the step stool is somewhere near the refrigerator because he has gotten my step stool and got up in my refrigerator and got my ice cream. And it's my ice cream bars, my vegan ones with the chocolate coating on them. Those that he won't eat the popsicles and the freeze pops, which is for the children.
Right.
He likes chocolate.
So he eats
mine.
He's an entrepreneurial spirit.
He eats mine. And then he'll say, the last time I was like, you ate all my ice cream. He said it was only one. Just with a little attitude. It was only one.
I don't know where he got that from.
I don't have a clue. He must have got that from his granddaddy. Or that other side of the family. That's what it is.
Right.
That's from his mama's side of the family. Ain't got to do with it.
Of course.
But the little things, I have to take these kids through this stuff because this stuff isn't taught to them at home.
Yeah. But it's not going to be tolerated.
Even sitting down at a table and eating.
Yeah, that's. Oh, I don't know. At a dinner table, a family, right? I get you.
It's none of it's taught. None of it.
That's true. I can't get them to come. They get their plates and go straight to their room.
I don't allow food in bedrooms.
I love that.
That's my rule.
I love that.
That creates bugs to me in my head. I got issues.
As I used to tell my offspring, that don't draw no vermin to my space.
I don't allow any eating in the bedroom.
I agree. But they take theirs and they be going pew. And then by the time I come downstairs and I'm like, well, the food is gone or whatever. His bowl or plate is on the TV stand, and hers is in the bed with her on whatever. Please bring your dishes out of the rooms. I can't make them. I can't. I'm not gonna keep hollering at them every day. I get it.
So you redid your whole house to accommodate children?
Yeah.
Because the last time I was at your house, I think one of your bedroom and a den or a closet or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah,
So those are their rooms now?
Those are their rooms now.
And now you're
yes.
upstairs?
I'm upstairs.
Wow.
And no closet space. I got clothing racks up there, and you know the way it's configured, there's no place to put a dresser. But they have dressers, they have bookcases. He's got a bunk bed that he doesn't even like overnight company. Why did I spend all that money for the bunk bed that he don't even want nobody to sleep on? I don't want anybody sleeping over my head. Okay.
Well, he's clear on how he feels.
I just really wish I had known that before I spent that money on that thing. Oh my goodness! But yeah, it's a little cozy. It's a little cozy.
All right.
But it's okay. When it gets too bad, I just go out on the deck and take a nap. When I'm really overwhelmed.
Grandma life.
Yeah. You know, I bought a propane grill because it was really good price on sale. I just don't know how to grill. I've never barbecued or grilled anything, but it was a really good price. I couldn't pass it up. I've had it for a little over a month, maybe 2 months now. I haven't even fired it up yet, and the kids is like, "Granny, where's you going?
Right,
you gonna do
something's
this?
almost over. Get the grilling.
We gonna be out there in January grilling or something. But if I have to Google it or YouTube or something
My
like
ex mama-in-law used to shovel her path to the grill. In the middle of the winter time, she decided she wanted ribs. She was gonna make her some ribs.
I get that. I love that kind of, I want this. This is what I want. I hope I don't want no turkey dogs in January. So I'll be out there grilling. I don't know, but I don't know how to barbecue. I never known how to barbecue.
I only did it one time.
It just seems like
it's a lot of work.
It seems like a lot to me. It has always seemed like a lot. All that smoke, all in my. And then when you got locks, if the smell ain't right, you got to be busy tying it up. Or I can't have that smell in my.
I only did it that one time when I bought my first house. My dad bought me a little hibachi grill.
It's a lot of work.
And I went out there and made the fire and all that shit, and I cooked me and Justin a couple turkey burgers or whatever on this thing. And I'm like, I could have fried this shit in the skillet. This is crazy as hell. I've not done it again. And that was 30 years ago, 35 years ago.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's a lot of work, but it's pretty.
But it tastes good when it's done. But
when somebody else do it,
it's good when it happens during a party. You gotta have other people around, and that's just how my brain works. Probably because that's how it was when I was growing up. There was always other people around and drinking and music.
Yes, a barbecue is a party,
and that's what I always saw. Like right now, he'll go out there and he will barbecue, and he'll sit out there by himself and barbecue. I'm like, oh, see, that's not how I remember it happening, so it's kind of difficult for me.
Well, I can see maybe, I don't know what I can see. I don't know what I can see. I can see maybe it'd be a romantic little backyard activity or something until I get tired and until I get tired of that smoke all blowing on me or something like that. But I get tired of stuff real quick, so. Because my attention span is low because of the media.
Yeah, that's the reason. There you go. That's the reason.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Good. Okay. I don't think I have any more questions. This has devolved. So see, coffee with a Crone. We gotta stick with coffee. We did wine with Crone, and it just went all over the place, which is still groovy though.
We talked about some very pertinent issues. I think we touched on some things, but I will say this. This was nice. This was really nice. I have to look for this. I don't
think it was.
Listen, I don't even
Total
really.
Total Wine. That delivers. I think that's where I got that from.
Total Wine. Oh, they
Just in Novi.
Oh, they have some.
I've never been inside of there.
They have some of the best cigars. Oh
really?
My God, they got a the humidor is the size of a room. Tasty. You can smell them. You can smell that it's gonna.
So she gonna have me going out to Total Wine.
Yes, yeah.
I've only had them for delivery.
Please do not go out there without me because I need to grab me a couple for my ancestor altar. But that they got a honey one. One that has a slight honey taste to it. Oh, really nice.
See a bad influence.
It's worth the trip. It is worth the trip. It was for me.
I'm gonna have to remember that. Because I mean, I'm addicted to Fat Bottom Betty's, but I've been trying little things here and there.
Yeah.
Little extra ones, little extra stuff.
I'm a cigar person. I just, even if I don't like, I can't. Who can smoke a whole cigar? But just a few little puffs, and I like that kind of
the little buzz.
I get it from nowhere else. So
I don't know. I have a cigar with my coffee in the morning when I first get here. That's my chill out time.
Now that's nice. That I could do that.
That's my chill out time. That's my time not to be bothered by anybody.
We got to have.
I got to have my little me time, and that's why I do it here because I'm not at the house taking the other shit to do there. So here I can be in my office and I can totally unplug. I go through my Facebook memories, and that's me having my cigar, my coffee while going through my Facebook memories. And might do a little something here and there. That is it.
We have to have our rituals.
I have to. That kee't me sane. As sane as I can be considered. I mean, so
yeah, my little slice of me time. Because if you don't take it,
you have to have that.
You have to. People will snatch it from you and won't give a fuck. They don't even know.
People don't think of you at all. They don't think of you. Mm-hmm. They don't think of you. They really don't fucking care as long as you can do shit for them. So you have to etch out your time. Some little girl caught herself checking me one day. It's like, you close at 6 o'clock for real? Yes. I'm open at 10 o'clock for real too. The fuck?
You've been shocking me. You're not even shocking me ever since I got here with some of the stuff you've been telling me.
It's amazing. So I'm supposed to stay here afterwards. Or the one day, what was I doing? I was up here something. It was like 6:18. I was getting ready. Was I setting this up for something? I don't remember. I was doing something. It was like, I remember it being I remember the time. It was 6:18. This guy's pulling on the door. And I look over. I'm like, we're closed. I just need a sage bundle. No, I'm closed. And he's doing this. He's all in the door. Dude, ain't nothing in your life that motherfucking serious where you need a sage bundle at 6:30 at night. I mean, and he's doing all this. I'm like, the machines are down. And secondly, I'm not letting you in here because I'm by myself and I'm not going to let some strange dude come. But still, though, I mean, you're at the door and you're acting like a crackhead about a sage bundle. You go to Five Below, get you a goddamn sage bundle. Leave me alone. I mean, it's after 6 o'clock.
That's a lot.
You know, and it makes me weirded out sometimes if I want to stay up here later and do something or get something done or unpack something or put something together. Because now I got weirdo people out here pulling on the door acting like nut jobs. It's happened more than once.
We just spoke on that there's a desperation in the people about they're lost.
Yes.
They're looking for something. They don't know what to do. They have no direction. There's no spiritual grounding whatsoever.
But they're not willing to listen either. But there's that disconnect again with the attention span.
Yeah.
The attention span is there because I have arguments with people who have either gotten something from TikTok that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, or the girl who told me she's been studying from YouTube for 2 weeks and she knows what she's talking about, and all these kind of things that, I mean, seriously, the things that I hear. Even a little, oh yeah, that wasn't you, that was Mary that was here earlier. The little girl, and I forgot what she asked me, and I said something about ancestors. She says, my ancestors didn't practice. I said, that has nothing to do with it.
Oh, wait a minute. Are those who say that I'm Oshun, or I'm Shango, or I'm this and that and the other, or what can I do? How can I pray to whomever, whatever Orisha to be named? You haven't even, you didn't have no ancestors? Did you have an ancestor altar? You just go straight to the, okay. Listen.
There's a little girl who told me she had a tarot reading. Her tarot reader is very spiritual and told her that she had this person and that person, 2 female deities on her head. And I said, that's not how that works. And she said, well, she's very spiritual. I said, I understand that your friend is spiritual, sweetheart, but that's not how that works. First of all, 2 females can't make a baby. So that's not how that works. And she says, but she knows what she's talking about. So I have to leave her alone. So she wanted to buy a bunch of shit. And I told her, here, go ahead. This goes with that. It's just crazy.
I don't.
This is what I deal with all the time. And it's absolutely amazing to me. There's a few that come through that I can talk to real. I mean, because I tell people, the people who come through that are coming out of the church, I've never been in a church. I've never been involved in a church. Okay. So I don't have an answer for that. And I can honestly say, I've never been a member of a church, so I don't know what that is. And so then they'll look at me like I'm crazy. And I had people tell me that that's impossible. You're black, that's impossible. I'm like, wait, what? So it's amazing. She's
you're black.
Yeah.
You've been to a church.
I have to have been a part of a church. It's like if it wasn't for a wedding or a funeral, no.
Oh. I never said. I was raised Muslim. I just
But see, that's considered one of the main religions, so that gets a pass.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you.
That usually gets a pass. Child, it's funny up here. Some days it's absolutely amazing. So
I love this joint. I just want to come up here and sit and just be like, whoa, hey. You okay?
Honey, they don't be. They do not be. And it's sad on some occasions because you watch some of these young people with no direction just mess their shit up. There's a young lady who came up here the other day. She's expecting, very obviously expecting. She has a gash. She has stitches on her face because the guy, his other child's mother came after her. So, we're telling her, what to do to leave him alone. So she goes out to her car and has her friend come in and get a seduction and attraction oil. So I was like, those are the times it's kind of hard. Well, it's hard, but not hard to just have to just push it away because it's like, this is your choice. You're choosing nonsense.
They want Harry Potter. They want Bewitched. They want I Dream of Jeannie.
The guy's a piece of crap, and you still want it.
Yeah. So, that's another thing. I wanted to really, really. You know what? This is affording me an opportunity to share this. Energy work. Spirituality is not the bullshit that you see on TV. It's not a movie. The shit is not, you don't wiggle your nose, you don't snap your fingers, you don't conjure something with some special words. It's work. It's consistency. It's ritual. It's diligence. It's money. It may sometimes be travel. It may be going to the water. It may be something that you have to give up personally. It may be engaging your common sense. How do you expect spirit to help you when you won't even help yourself? You want spirits to help you. You want armies to surround you, but you won't even help. You won't even make the right. You won't take the time to contemplate and make the right decision. You get messages all the time. You're getting fucked up. You're getting a black eye. You're getting a broke rib. You're getting put out. You're getting your car bashed up. But you continue to make bad decisions, and you think spirit is gonna come and help you. Really? So, spirituality is not just some magic dust or burning sage, because the person that you was last messing with, you felt like they had bad energy because they cheated on you, but you still fucking with them though. You burn the sage, but you still fucking with them. I'm so sick of this. Like I said, I really didn't want to say. I'm so sick of this. Come out of the fantasy world. I don't know whether it's to be angry with the entertainment world that they have minimized what energy work or being spiritual is, but they've made it into a cartoon. It's what you do every day.
Yes.
It's not something that, okay, so I need a love spell. Okay, so you need a love spell. So if you get a love spell and he turns into a psychopathic stalker and sets your family on fire in the car because you don't want to be bothered with him no more because he done got on your nerves 3 weeks after you done set a love spell and want to put some blood in his food and all this other bullshit, but it turns bad because you don't know who's on his spiritual team and it turns bad on you. Stop reading the comic books. Stop watching that bullshit on TV and know that this is not some shit that you do every now and then. It's something that you do every day.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. It's trying to go for the best character that you can. Working towards being the best person that you can. Like wisdom, discretion, good decisions, logic, all of those things have to be engaged. Listening to your dreams. Sometimes your dreams will tell you, you know what, that's pretty dumb. You should not do that. But you ignore that and you still want to make these decisions. This is all I'm saying. And I done ran my mouth. I'm sorry.
It's all groovy. But that's what you're telling the truth. Simma Weeds used to say it's called spiritual work, not spiritual easy.
It's spiritual. It is. It's work.
Not spiritual easy. It's spiritual work.
It's spiritual work.
So there's work to do, and it's a lifestyle. Like I've explained that to so many people over, and they look at me like, "Who wants to do all of that?" It's like, but it's how you live your life. It's not something you can turn on and off. You don't just visit it on Sundays. This lifestyle, you don't just visit it on Sundays and give it to Jesus and walk away. It's not what happens.
No, there's nobody to give it to. Because
Honestly,
it's all going to come back to you.
You got to keep doing it. You got to keep facing yourself, though. And that's the hard part.
Yeah.
For many people, that's the hard part. Facing self.
Oh, my God. Oh, come to think of it. That's why I'm single.
Just acknowledging all the little things. I mean,
yeah.
You know, and like Simma Weeds, like when he first passed away, Lord knows, I think he visited most of the people that he was around. Many of us had stories about him sitting in our houses or visiting us at different times. And he still, every once in a while, somebody will walk through and say something that's totally his words in his accent. And it's like, where the hell did that come from? They're looking at me like, what? They don't even know what they said. And it's like, okay, never mind. I got it. I'm fine.
See, and now in intuition, discernment, dreams, downloads, hearing something in the back of your mind said, you know what, you should go this way, or whatever, that they ignore the more subtle aspects of living a spiritual life.
But you got to shut off the chatter.
You have to shut.
And that's
I love
the trick.
that. Yes.
Because it's like talking about all the electronic devices and all the constant stuff.
Yeah.
If you're doing all of that, you can't tap into that voice.
You know, you just reminded me that I was just telling you about my best friend, James. My mother speaks to him all the time. I mean, things that he says and the way that he says them.
See, because, well, from what you told me of your mother, if he fine as hell, that makes sense.
Yeah. He would have been somebody that she was attracted to.
That makes sense.
I get messages through him from her all the time, even to the not just the message, but the way that it's said. So that's what keeps that bond, is because I know that that's a channeling, and I accept that.
Wow.
But it's not even a spooky thing or whatever. It
just is.
It just is. Sometimes I hear my grandmama through you.
Really?
Right, because you real laid back with your messages. You're not all up in somebody's face, and you're not gonna force the information. It was like, okay, so I just, all right, I told you. It was your choice. That's my grandma. like, okay, all right, all right, thanks, sister. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
See,
that was my. Now leave out, and I'll be like, I heard you, Granny. Okay. Yeah, I love this. Listen, I can't imagine living any other way now, because I've learned to trust myself. I've learned to trust myself. My intuition has never been on point, and I know where to go to for what I need here. And it's not material things. It's surrounding myself with even if it's just a few that hang with me for my greater good. Not even for, like I said, it's not a monetary thing. And then there's always people who want to, I need more money. That's possible. Yes, that is possible. Yes, that does come. But there are other things that you need. You need guidance. You need comfort. You need protection. You need peace. You need contentment. You need to develop love for yourself instead of always just, I need somebody. Is there a big old hole in you that you're trying to fill up, that you can't fill up yourself? So yeah, it is absolutely a lifestyle, and it has many aspects to it. And these things can be addressed. You can live a life of peace and joy and contentment and understanding. And there are many benefits to living a spiritual life, but you have to slow down, hold still, and listen.
That part, cutting that chatter off. I tell them to close some of the tabs in your head.
With the computer to
close some of those tabs,
the software,
and turn off some of those other voices.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's a must.
That's the most intelligent information that you can convey to somebody. You can burn candles all day long, but there's something inside of you, something that you must do, something that it's sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. If the sacrifice is nothing more, and I'm just using this as an example, if the sacrifice is nothing more than reciting an affirmation every day at the same time for 30 days, I'm going to get up, I'm going to say whatever the affirmation is in my own words so that I can remember it while I'm burning this candle. That's what I'm going to do. That requires discipline, and that requires sacrifice.
Exactly.
So it's not a now don't put that goober dust on me. Go on with that.
So you've grown into your Croneness nicely.
Boy, coming from you, that's a compliment. It took me a minute. It took her a minute. Yeah.
Because Lord have mercy.
It took a while, but I'm here now.
I think the babies helped ground you.
They did.
I think that happened. I think the babies helped ground you.
I thought I had lost something, and you know what I'm talking about. I was suffering under such the burden of grief that I had lost something had been cut off from me, when actually I was given something. New seeds were planted, and it afforded me an opportunity to nurture and cultivate those seeds while I was nurturing and cultivating myself, and then being mindful of the circle that I allow in my space, in my mental space, in my emotional space. That had a lot to do with it too. I had to cut off, and it's okay.
It's quite all right. Anyway, all right, y'all. We're gonna wrap this up.
I don't even know how long it's been, but this has been. I have had such a good.
Neither one of us can see real well. It's an hour and something.
Okay, all right.
So we're gonna wrap this up. So until next time, we're gonna figure out another Coffee with Crone at a later date. Peace.
Peace.
If you like our content, like and subscribe, and click on the bell for notifications. If you're in the Detroit area, stop by and see us. We're open 7 days a week, or visit us at our website, www.motownwitch.com. Thanks.